There are two reasons that I have found of the reasons why online business owners fail so often. Because even there's a statistic that 90% of online aspiring business owners, they fail at their endeavors. And trust me, I know the feeling because that was definitely part of me. And just to go straight into it, here's number one that I found. And this is honestly the reason why I failed the first time. It's really because I had no valuable skills to really give, to add value to other people in the form of a business and solving a problem. Because, in all honesty, all I had was just opinions and ideas rather than things that I could actually do to add value to people. Because opinions and ideas are good for, let's say, content creators that go viral or whatever the case is, right? But in the sense of a business, in most businesses that you can actually start up, you need a skill. You need some sort of way to add value to your customers, some sort of way to either doing a service, doing an activity, doing something that will benefit whatever company or whatever person you're actually working for or working with, or they're employing you for your help, whatever the case is, right? This is the reason why I see so many people failing, is because so many people, including myself, instead of focusing on the skills that they have that they can employ in whatever business that they want to create, they instead start worrying and being really proactive and listening to all these different podcasts about the specific business plans that they can make. Which ones will work? Which ones are the most lucrative? Is it okay to make an app integrated with AI? Is it good to do a school community? Should I just do a high ticket coaching program? Should I do this, that, agency, whatever, drop shipping, whatever, right? Figuring out what the heck everyone else is doing and figuring out what's the thing that will make them the most money. But that's honestly the wrong question to ask. I know, because I've asked myself the same question. It's because rather than trying to find out which perfect business plan would work for me, it was more so I had to honestly understand, like, I wasn't going anywhere because I tried starting a business, finding out whatever lucrative thing for me, which was out trying to go down the creative route. But I didn't have any skills. I didn't have any skills built up. I didn't have any skills to actually help myself get money at that moment, or even help other people make money, right? Which that's the more lucrative thing that you could actually do, in all honesty, when it comes to businesses and stuff. Then that's when I realized, like, I don't have much to offer. And that's the painful reality, because I don't know, this is just for me with my parents. Like, they're saying that I'm special, which I see in the eyes of God. Everything, yes, of course, thank you so much. But at the same time, if I don't have any life experience, much anyways, since I'm just, I'm 22 and I'm a little bit more mature than most people, but in any case, that's still not enough. But if I don't have any skills, if I don't have something valuable that I can actually give to other people, then at the end of the day, it's not going to work. Because what is something valuable that you have? Your time. Everyone else has time. What are you going to do in that time? Are you going to do something that will actually help somebody else because you've done it for yourself before? For me, I couldn't actually say yes to that. So that's why I decided to kind of stop for a bit and decided to actually learn a skill. For me, it was just the beginning skill of appointment setting, which you've seen on the channel before me mentioning this, but that was the great beginner skill for me, because it got me into the online space. It got me into other businesses. It got me into working into this space, because now I know a lot more about it. I know how to navigate it. I know what the different business models work and don't work and stuff like that. And I'm getting to understand a lot more and become more confident even in myself, because I've been able, from adding that one skill into my life and then working as an entrepreneur in someone else's business. Then from there, I was actually to stockpile all these different skills to the point where now I'm a lot more comfortable on camera. Now I can script a little bit better, right? Now I'm much better at appointment setting. Now I am much better at sales. So I have a different multifaceted thing that I can actually operate a business if I wanted to make one, or even jump into another one too. I can add value to someone by actually having these skills, not just for myself, but like to help other people, help them learn, or whatever the case is, really. And because that's the main thing. Every business is designed to solve a specific problem, and most common problems are solved by certain people having skills that other people don't, doing activities that either other people don't want to do or they don't know how to do, right? So that the skilled person will step in and help. And that's how you can actually build an effective business on, really. And then here's the second thing, which has also been one of the major things that I've been facing even just now in the past 6 months, which is really the fear of fail, my own fear of failure. I'll just be straight up with you, like from what has happened in the past 6 months. So last year I was actively starting to, help people learn appointment setting, right? Kind of start a business in that kind of area, in that arena, right? And at that point, I was posting a lot online. I was posting a lot on Instagram, making shorts, being creative with it, kind of having fun with it, to the point where I got a little burnt out, but I think it's more just because of the failure that I had on it. Anyways, but I was doing my best when it came to marketing, and it actually worked. I got about 3 to 4 people, and the main thing I did want to do was like, I want to help some certain people for free, so that once I get those results, I can use them as client testimonials, of course, but also I can actually sell with confidence, knowing that I can do this. And I went ahead and started it. I had about 3 people who said yes, who wanted to commit to this. And fast forward 4 to 6 months, I'm meeting with these people on a weekly basis the best way I can, molding my time to make sure I can meet with them, teaching them every single week, making sure that I'm practicing with them. Then it comes time to where they're capable enough to like actually start to get hired, and then they get discouraged because this is something that's new for them. This is something they've never seen before. They're used to kind of traditional jobs where it's like, instead of being paid not being paid by commission, paid by the hour. And it's like, does this even exist and whatnot? And then I'm doing my best. I'm trying to help them. I'm asking different business owners, and I'm getting rejected. I'm getting left on red and whatnot. And then nothing kind of falls through. And in all honesty, like, I caught their sense of failure and I applied it to myself, where I got discouraged. Because one of the guys that I was helping out, like, I asked him, I was like, look, listen, if you want to be able to do this, you need to put in the effort. I'm going to do my best. But at the same time, every single time that we did check in, no props to him, he's a great guy. But at the same time, nothing was done. No reach outs were done. No posting was done. No, like, getting himself out there. That's the biggest problem. Because I noticed with my own sense of failure, like, the failure that I was dealing with was really motivating these people, getting them on this path of like actually giving it their all to this, because this is a journey. If they especially want to change their life when learning this kind of skill and kind of get a head start, they're gonna have to put some effort in, and not just a couple hours a week with me. They're gonna have to put in some extra time. And I didn't properly set that expectation or keep that expectation up, or just be real with them. I'm just being like, hey, look, this is not going to work if you're not doing this. Like, straight up. I was more nice. I worked around it. I try to be as soft as I can, which that's not who I naturally am. And that was mostly because I was just dealing with a lot of personal things, which I mentioned before, like in a couple of videos before. But that's kind of the main thing for me. And I just got a sense of that I failed, and I gave up. I was just like, you know what? I'll just stop. I stopped posting. I stopped doing any marketing efforts. I stopped doing everything like that. And I lost the kind of motivation, the drive, and I lost just the dream, or even just like holding on to the passion of willing to suffer for this kind of cause that I wanted to do. And it sucked. It really did. And I now, kind of sitting on this fact right now, I'm coming to you and saying that I recognize that I did that. I recognize that I did fail, sure, but I'm recognizing that I didn't take that failure like I should have. Because when it comes to failure, I'll just say it like this. We all fail in a lot of different things. And the thing is, we take different failures different than other things. Because I could be at the gym and I fail a set. But that doesn't mean I'm going to keep going. That doesn't mean I'm not going to keep going and not going to go to the gym anymore. No, I'm just going to be like, I need a rest and try again. Right? And here's another thing, which is like, something that I've learned from a conference that I've been to, which really helped reignite and kind of helped me come to my senses and just saying this out loud. It was a conference with John Maxwell, and Tim Tebow was speaking. Great guy. But one thing he was really saying was just like, he was saying the definition of passion in reference to, like, the Passion of Christ movie, right? Passion isn't the sense of like, feeling like you want to do something, feeling like this fulfillment or whatever. No, passion is more of the sense of like the willingness to suffer for a vision or a goal. That's when you're passionate. See, passion is being able to like, oh, I want this goal so much that even if I suffer, I'm still going to go towards it. Same thing with Christ, right? He suffered a lot, and just for the goal of being able to give the gift of free inheritance towards heaven for everyone, because he went through all that suffering. And I can even think of it like this. This is something so stupid, but also very funny. I play a lot of video games, right? That's a nice pastime that I do. One thing that I'm playing right now is pretty much Marvel Rivals. Pretty sick, really great game, whatever. But here's the thing. Whenever I jump into competitive, and I actually try hard, which I don't really do a lot often, I'm passionate. Not because I'm like, oh my gosh, this game is so good. No, that's not it. I'm literally willing to sacrifice and give effort in a game that will eventually lose because my team sucks or I suck at that point. Get frustrated, get annoyed because it's a team kind of game. My team is kind of doing all the wrong things, and I'm trying my best, and I'm actually kind of like recognizing the things I'm doing wrong and everything else like that, and I'm willing to suffer and go through that loss. But the thing is, that loss doesn't change anything to me. That loss didn't make me want to stop playing entirely. That loss didn't make me want to just give up the game, throw my PS5 in the trash, and whatever the case is like that, right? Because I knew failure was going to be a part of the process. Because the main thing for me, I wanted to climb in the rank. I wanted to get better. I wanted to get better and competitive. I wanted to get to plat. If you know what that is, then you know what that is. And like for those of you who've done this and played this game, if you don't, then you don't. But if you do, you do. You know the suffering that comes with this, and you know that it is like comp is very rewarding, but also very punishing at the same time. But you're willing to go through it. And every failure that you have, for some people, it makes them want to shut off the game and not play anymore. But for me, it's more of like, okay, I recognize what I did wrong. That was just a bad game. I should keep going. Let's try to do another one. Let's see if we can turn this around. Why didn't I have that same attitude towards my own business? Towards my dream, to be honest? Why didn't I have that same effort? And I mean, it could be the same thing for you. Like, why don't we have that same effort or that same mindset or attitude towards the things that we actually care about? That we fail, yes. But at the same time, failure is going to come. And this is something I have to drill into my own mind, is like, failure is going to come. And the point is, we learn from it. But if we don't learn from it, then we're just going to be stuck in the same cycle. And that's not learning. That's truly being stuck, is when we fail and we don't learn. And I learned, but I didn't go back and try again. And that was what fear was holding me back from. And that's the only ultimate reason why people online ultimately fail. Isn't because like they made one business mistake and the business went belly up or whatever. It's more they fail because they never try again. That's the main thing. Whether it's working in an online company, whether it's owning something of your own, you fail. Yes, that's a part of the journey, because the road to any kind of success that's in your life, whether it's family, relational, whatever the case, whatever area, it's littered with failures. But the thing is, failure is a part of the journey, not the point where you decide I need to stop entirely. And this is me talking to me right now. And also you, because you're watching this. That's the main thing that I've seen. Really. And those are the two reasons why online business owners fail. And that's the thing that I've seen, because it's the reason why I did too. And here's the thing that I want to do next. which is just kind of reigniting myself. And speaking about this, I'm getting more motivated. I want to get back into it. Because like I've said before, like one of my main things that I want to help people do is not just help learn appointment setting, but also the fact of helping people understand a better way to work where everyone gets benefited, because we're all working hard and we're all working to serve each other more. Because this is the thing I found a lot lacking in this world, to be honest, which is just like no one's willing to serve one another, only for a transaction. And if you don't have the money on the other end, then they're not willing to do anything. But in reality, like when you're able to give much more, not expecting anything in return, you get so much more in return than if you were just ever focusing on the transaction. And not only do I want to help people see that and learn that and adopt this kind of mindset and this attitude towards work, but I will also want to operate my business in the same way. Obviously, the business needs to make money because I want to provide for my future wife and my family, duh. But to the point where I don't need it to be super profitable. Like if I'm serving the best way that I can and actually adding value to change people's lives, the money will come in some way. And I know God's got me on that part. And this is just a declaration on my part. And I know why I failed. I hope you do too. And this is our time to actually move forward, to do the things that we know you need to do in order to move forward. And so there might be a little shift in these videos kind of coming out. Maybe a little bit more editing. I don't know. Not really. Maybe. Whatever. But kind of geared towards this kind of thing. Because I'll just be completely honest with the two of you viewing this. If you don't like this content at all, you don't have to continue watching it. Really don't. But if you do, and you kind of want to see this journey playing out, I'm going to be reflecting this more on the videos. Like, my thought process in this, the helping people through just this. And then once things get launched, once things are getting better, I'll let you know. And then if that's something that you want to do in the future, hey, if you want to support, go ahead. If you don't, I won't count it as failure. I just hope that it'll be an inspiration for you. Really. Anyway, that's the end of my talk. Probably a little longer than I should be. But anyways, goodbye.